Okay, welcome everyone to the webinar. My name is Uju and we have Engineer Emmanuel Ajayi, Engineer Moses, Ms. Wuma and Mr. Anthony with us today. We'll be looking at the new generation solar technology in Africa, and we would have the question and answer part. So a brief running, PSC Solar UK is the largest African PV manufacturer in Africa. And one of the subjects we'll be looking at today is the all-in-one solar street light with 4G CCTV camera. We would have a live demonstration by Engineer Moses. He's going to show us how to set up the all-in-one solar street light with 4G CCTV camera. Then we'll have the question and answer part for that section, after which we'll be looking at the new 9BB half cell technology solar panels. Engineer Ajayi will be educating us on that. After that, we'll also have a question and answer part. So without further ado, I would like to hand over to Engineer Moses.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Moses, and I'll be doing a little demo on the CCTV camera embedded in the street lights. Okay, so this is the CCTV camera. The CCTV is the camera. This is the entire street light. So we're going to be taking a look at how the setup is done, how you can log onto the network, how you can remotely view whatever feed is being transmitted by the camera. Okay, so for starters, the first thing you do, you have to turn on the camera. Since the camera shares the power supply with the street light, there's a button, a motion sensor here. There's a hole just very close by. The light comes with a key. Okay, so use that key to press in that hole to turn on the camera. And it's on. Okay, now that powers both the lights and the camera. So once the light comes on, you're very sure the camera is also on. So now the camera is on. We go through to the mobile data, the mobile phone setup, how to do the whole phone thing. All right, so for you to actually monitor whatever is shown on this guy, all right, the application is called CamHi. It's on App Store. If you're using Apple device, it's also on Google Play Store. The app name is called CamHi. I'll read it on my phone. Okay, so the camera is on, everything is on. Now I have to confirm if the IP camera actually is getting network. Okay, I guess you can see my screen now. All right, so the first thing I do, I have to confirm if the IP camera is on or not. I'll go to my Wi-Fi settings to see if I'll get the camera network. The moment you turn on the camera, the street light, the camera becomes a hotspot. It starts shining its network. Okay, that's how you know the IP camera is actually on. So if I go to my settings, I go to my Wi-Fi, and then fine, you can see the IP cam 171.336. Now that tells me that the camera is actually on. Okay, so I log on to that camera on. Now I go to my settings. All right, to first of all check if my IP camera network is actually on. Okay, that's basically how I know that the system is on. So if I go to my phone settings, yeah, I can see the camera there. IP cam 171.336. Okay, so the moment I see that network there and I connect to the network, I know that my camera is active. All right, now once that is done, I go back to the home page. All right, and then I open the app, CamHi, like I said earlier on. I already have it installed on my phone. You can download it from App Store, from Google Play Store, wherever. Now, if I open the camera, the application, I can see a blank screen. Okay. It shows add camera. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. So it's adding the camera is actually easy. If I click on add camera, now it gives me several options. I can choose to either scan QR code, search camera from LAN or wireless. I can choose to join the camera anyhow. All right. If I click on scan QR code, there is a QR code on the camera that you can scan to get access to the camera. All right. But then that's a longer process. All right. The second option there is search camera from LAN. Now, since I've already connected to the Wi-Fi, okay, click on search camera from LAN. You see that the camera code is already there. So I didn't need to put in the whole code manually again. Okay, so if I click on that and I click on done, now the camera tries to connect. And then it shows online. If you can see, it shows online. So basically, whatever is displayed on the camera can be transmitted to my phone directly. If I click on the camera icon, okay, and give it a while, it comes out. So now I can see the screen that is being showed on my camera. All right, we're going to try to leave the street light to give a little view. So you can see that whatever the camera is showing is on my phone. So it's quite a straightforward process. All right, but then this step alone only allows you to access what the camera is showing within the range of the camera. Because if you remember, we had to connect to the camera's Wi-Fi, like the network that came from the camera. So that means whatever view I'm streaming is going to be limited to close range, just where the network of the camera can pick. So the next thing we have to do now is to actually connect to an existing Wi-Fi. So the existing Wi-Fi will now overwrite the original Wi-Fi of the camera. And it has to be a Wi-Fi that has internet access, so that such you can now remotely connect to it from anywhere in the world. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Still on the camera interface, with my camera shown online, I go to settings. You scroll through settings, you see Wi-Fi settings there. If I should click on Wi-Fi settings, you see Wi-Fi manager. Now, you see a list of networks that are available. Now, these are networks available within my location. So if you're in a different place, whatever networks you have active there, I want to show on that list. Okay, these are the networks I have here. Now, I try to connect to the one with the strongest signal strength so that I can get better view. All right, so this first guy is 98%. Of course, the system has a way of prioritizing them. So the one with the highest signal strength goes on top. So if I click on that, now ask me for the password. Okay, which I'm going to put right now. Okay. So I put in the password and I apply the settings. Now the system tries to authenticate the password, if it's correct or not. So now it has seen that the password is correct. It's now trying to connect to the new Wi-Fi I just connected it to. Let's give it a few seconds. Now, if your Wi-Fi strength is really strong, the connection will be way faster. So if your Wi-Fi strength is not so strong, the connection may not be so fast. Okay, fine. It's now online. So now it has connected to the existing Wi-Fi that I just connected. All right. Now, at this particular point, I've now overwritten the original Wi-Fi of the camera with the new Wi-Fi that has internet. Okay. So if I should go back to my settings, like I did the first time, to check if that camera network is still there. you don't see that camera network anymore. Because that new network which I just set in has overrating the camera network. So whatever, I'm now on a network that has internet. All right, so whatever is shown here, I can create from anywhere in the world. Okay, so long as you're in a place where there's a camera with internet, a phone with internet, you can log into the app and see what is being streamed. So this is what my camera is showing right now. So at this point now, I can stay anywhere in the world because the camera is now linked to it's an IP camera, remember. IP cameras basically can connect to the internet. All right. So I've just linked the camera to the internet. So wherever you are, if you have the application Cam High, all right, you log in, you put in this particular ID, you're going to get the same feed that this guy is streaming here. All right. So it's quite a straightforward process. It's just putting the digits and then everything connects. So right now I'm connected to the network. Whatever I'm seeing here, whoever is anywhere in the world, so long as you have internet on your phone, you have the camera application on your phone, you can see whatever is being streamed here right now. So I think that's basically the whole way how it works. It doesn't really need much.
Display. Not show them a display. It doesn't
Okay, so this is like a view of the whole office. The camera is actually picking this. Now he can go as far as he wants to go because it's now connected with the internet. So it's no longer limited as per the first time we just did the connection. Yep, that is outside. So basically that you can do that and then link up and then connect and then see whatever you want to see, so long as the camera is within the range of that unit. So that is that about the demonstration. I'll be glad to take any questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we can now take questions and answer now. Mr. Oloso Ibrahim, your question is, does it mean that the street light has its own internet? Then how much is the whole package? Engineer Moses would answer your question. So please let's make use of the chat functionality for the question and answer, so that way everybody can be attended to. And you can also raise up your hand as well. So Engineer Moses, Mr. Ibrahim asked if the solar street light has its own internet.
Right. So the street light camera doesn't have its own internet. All right. It has a Wi-Fi network, but there's no internet on it. All right. So the basic idea is that the original Wi-Fi that it has, you connect to that Wi-Fi, then you have another network that has internet that you use to. So that first Wi-Fi which it has is just for you to be able to connect to the camera within that close range. You get the picture. So it's not internet enabled. It's just a Wi-Fi network that would allow you to connect, at least for the first time. Then once you do that first time connection, then you can connect the Wi-Fi to it. Subsequent connections, you don't need that original network again.
Okay, Mr.
Ibrahim. So it
Ibrahim.
doesn't have internet.
Mr. Ibrahim, was your question answered? Regarding the price of the street light, you can just drop your email in the chat functionality. Our salesperson will send you a quotation. We have the solar street lights in 40 watts and 60 watts. That's the one with the CCTV camera. So, Mr. Rotimi, please you can go ahead with your question.
Good morning. My question is about the network of the CCTV. What you are showing us is just on your phone. If we want to connect to desktop in my office, and what you have just shown is for outdoor, I suppose, and that should be good for networking the community or the whole city. So If it's on the phone, how do I see other cameras? Because you show me just one camera on your phone. How do I see that from my office? Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay, so for desktop use, all right, there's an
Yes.
application also, all right, it's called High P2P Client. See it on the screen there.
Okay.
High P2P Client. So you download that app and install it on your computer. I have it installed here. So if I open the application, now this for PC use, it's loading. IP camera. So once this application opens, it has a screen that you can see the multiple cameras it's connected to.
Aha.
Fine.
Okay.
This application. So you can see screen one. Now you can see what I connected earlier on is still streaming on that unit there.
Okay.
You get now this camera one. Now there is no. I have just one camera on the network. Yeah, you can see the hands waving. So if I had multiple cameras connected to the network, I would see them. I can connect as much as 14 cameras. So you would see the screen will split to give you all of them. You understand?
Okay.
So this is the
Please,
application for computer.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it just for 14 cameras or as much as I can? For example, I want to network my community for about 50 cameras. Can it go for that?
Yes, it has a
Software to download to load to my computer. Do you have that?
basically what you do is you get the software on your computer. You
Yes.
can network as much as I think the give me a second. I think the maximum camera you can network on it is 50.
50, good.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So it's just for now. If I have more cameras, the previews will get smaller and smaller. Okay. So anyone I want to see, I double click on that one, it will come out full.
All right. All right.
All right.
I know about that. I just
Yeah. So this is 1, 2. So I can add as much as up to 50 cameras.
Okay, Mr. Arutimi, thank you for your question. Engineer Moses, Ethicon Energy is asking if the video feed can be recorded to be viewed later. He said, if yes, how much storage is installed?
Okay, thank you very much. Now it depends on what platform you are using. Okay. On the mobile, if you go to the settings, all right, you'll see online and local. Now, when you go to local, for local, it stores the video in your phone. So the memory it can record is dependent on the size of your own phone. Like you put it on local. But you put it on online, you link it to a cloud storage. So the cloud storage depends on the particular kind of cloud storage you're using. It could be Dropbox, whatever you're using. So the size of your cloud storage determines the size of what you can record. Also, the camera has a memory card inside of it, but that may not be very accessible because the camera will be standing somewhere. You get, so you may not have access to climbing there since it's a street light. So you can either local, save it in your phone, or online on a cloud storage. And the size of storage is dependent on the memory you have installed. So if it's on local, your phone memory. If it's on online, your cloud storage memory.
Mr. Oja Egbo, we can see that your hand is up. You can go ahead and ask the question.
All right. Good morning, good morning, everyone.
Good
My
morning.
question is, how do we connect it to the internet? Like, for peradventure, the camera is somewhere far from me, and I want to connect to the internet so that I can be seen wherever I am. You
Sorry,
grab?
could you repeat that again?
Like, peradventure, the camera is installed somewhere far from me, like some kilometers away, and I want to go in the internet so that I can be watching it from wherever I am. How do I
Okay.
get it to the internet?
All right. Okay, like I said earlier, the wherever the camera is, there has to be an internet network there. All right. Because if you are far away, the only way you can access the feed is through the internet. Okay. So what happens
Yeah.
basically is where your camera is located, you have the Wi-Fi network there.
Okay.
Okay. So from the settings in that application, the Cam High application,
Mm.
after you connect to the camera, if you go to Wi-Fi settings, you will see your Wi-Fi network that is over there. Once you
Okay.
connect that Wi-Fi network to the application, now that Wi-Fi is what the camera then starts using to stream. So
I grab.
wherever you are, so long as you have the camera ID in your system, all right, once you log in camera ID to the application, now it picks the feed from the internet because the camera where it was is already linked to the internet. You get. So your application just
Yeah.
uses the same internet to get that feed.
Thank you very much.
Do you
Thank you very
understand me?
much.
Was I clear enough?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm clear. I am. Thanks.
Okay, Mr. Ibrahim, you were initially putting up your hand, but I can't see you anymore. If you're still available, you can go ahead and ask your questions now. Please, any other person that has a question, you can ask using the chat functionality or you can put up your hand. Okay, Mr. Mohammed, I can see your hand is up. Please proceed with your question.
It's
Get ready to ask your
I
question
said it earlier. I
after
said,
Mr. Mohammed. Okay, Mr. Babatunde Bello, please proceed with your question.
all right. Thank you. My question goes to Mr. Moses. The aspect of that installation, from my own understanding, is when you get the camera first, you must have a viable internet wherever the cameras are installed. So, because it looks like if you do not have viable internet where those cameras are installed, most likely you may not be able to monitor live feed remotely. So, I got your last explanation, but I just want to be a bit sure that once you have this camera installed, you must have a viable internet. So, and if there's a viable internet, is it just once you connect to that internet, you do no longer need internet subsequently, or you still need internet for subsequent streaming? So, I need more clarification on that part. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, first, yes, you're correct. You cannot do remote monitoring without a viable internet, all right? Because you have to get something remotely. Something has to send it somehow. It's the internet, all right? So without viable internet, you cannot do remote monitoring. Okay. And then for a second question, it's not like it's the connecting the IP camera to the internet is a one-time thing, all right?
Yeah.
But then subsequently, you still need the internet. So long as you want the feed to be transmitted, the internet has to be active. All right. But the connection is a one-time thing because once you do the connection the first time, the camera has memory of the login details. So even if the network goes off and comes on again, it links in automatically. You get. But so long as you want to continue streaming, the internet has to be always there.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I get that.
Was I clear enough?
Yes. It's clear. It's clear. I understand that now.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I don't see any other person asking any question. So without further ado, we'll dive right into the next discussion for the day. We'll be talking about the monocrystalline 9 dB half cell technology PEC solar panel.
Hello, good morning, everybody. So my name is Emmanuel Ajayi, and I'll be introducing briefly the half cell technology solar panel. It's one of the latest technology in solar engineering, which PSC Solar will be rolling out very soon. So it's a 450 watts monocrystalline half cell solar panel. I believe generally we are all accustomed with the full cell solar panel, but like the name implies, the full cell is different from the half cell which we're introducing today. Majorly, the full cell, traditional full cell panels usually would have either 60 cells or 72 cells. But the half cell panel actually have times 2 the conventional cells that the traditional solar panel will have. So we'll be rolling off our 450 watts monocrystalline solar panel, which is half cell. And the beautiful thing about the half cell solar panel is that, like I said before, it has times 2 what your full cell traditional solar panels will have. So what that gives to you is that it gives you more harvest. It gives you more harvest. I mean, it gives you even in low light situation, you get maximum harvest. So the beauty of the half cell module is such that it will give to you times 2 what your conventional traditional panels, the full cell panel, will give to you. Let me just show us a picture of what it looks like. Now we can all visit our website and you'll see a picture of this particular panel in question. You'll discover it's slightly different from the full cell panel which we are accustomed with. Now, this is a picture of the traditional full cell panel. And now this is the half cell panel. This particular panel has more cells containing it than this one. So, and you know, the higher the number of cells you have on your solar panels, then the better for your harvest when you actually put it to use. So the traditional half cell has a wider range of advantage than the full cell solar panel. And one beautiful thing is that in spite of the increase in the numbers of cells you have in your half cell panel, the size remains the same. So you can have an half cell panel which is about the same size with your full cell panel. So it's not like it's the panel size, you know, physical size will be increased. No, but you know, instead of the full cells which is used to design the panel, we now have it half, you know, we now have times 2. So this gives you a whole wide range of advantage over your full cell panel. So let me just quickly share with us some advantages of the half cell panel over the full cell panel. Number one, you know, it offers you excellent performance, even in a low light situation. It offers you excellent performance because you have an increased numbers of cells. So it offers you an excellent performance in spite of, you know, the low light. You know, we are dependent on the intensity of the sunlight, but even with, you know, a low intensity of sunlight, your half cell panels is going to give you excellent, you know, harvest from light. Another thing is that it's durable. It offers you durability, and you know, you get to enjoy your half panel for a long time. Then it is less susceptible to micro crack. You know, one of the issues that you get to encounter with your solar panels is crack over time. And when it starts cracking, you know, it's the efficiency of the panel is reduced. But the half cell is less susceptible to micro cracking due to the small size of, you know, the solar cells which is used to design it. And it performs better in high heat condition. It performs better in high heat condition. That's one beautiful thing about it. And in spite of the increased number of cells in a traditional cell, you have 60 or you have 72. But in the half cell technology solar panels, you have 120 cells, you have 144 cells, or even 160 cells. So that gives you an idea of the kind of harvest you get from that solar panel. And of course, it is not bogus in size. So the increase in the number of the cell, it's not, you know, it's not evident in the size of the panel. When you just look at the panel physically, you can just tell, like from the picture I showed to us. So the major difference is just the number of cells which you are going to see. So you have more here than what you have here. And you discover these cells are kind of smaller compared to this. So it still, you know, help you to, you know, retain the normal size of the solar panel. So it's not such that you need to, you know, start looking at increasing the numbers of the solar racking system to accommodate the size and all of that. So it still maintains that small size, and you get times 2 what your conventional traditional solar panel cells will give to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Ajayi. If anyone has a question regarding the um, 9BB half cell technology PEG solar panels, you can go ahead and ask the question using the chat functionality or by raising up your hand. We'll just give just 5 minutes, and after we will move to something else so we can round up. Thank you.
Average.
Okay, Engineer Ajayi, Mr. George is asking what is the average lifespan of the half cell panel in comparison to the conventional panel?
Okay, for this for 450 watts half cell solar panel, the rated lifespan is actually 25 years. It's 25 years.
Okay, Mr. George, does that answer your question, or do you have any other question to ask? Any other person with a question, please kindly raise up your hand or use the chat functionality. Thank you. We'll just wait for about 3 minutes. If there's nobody with any question, we'll move on. Thank you. Okay, Engineer Ajayi, Mr. Francis Palm is asking, can he mix this with any other size, say the 345 watt panels?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Well, ideally, it's not even advisable that you mix up. It would work. The answer is yes, you can, even though it's not really ideal because, one of the things you get to look at when you're doing your design, you look at the technical spec of the solar panels you want to use. You want to make sure that it's in agreement with every other component which is going to make your solar power system. You look at the VDC of your charge controller, also the VDC of your inverter. So provided that is in line, if they are all the same, you can use it with other panels, provided it works for the purpose you intend to use it for. Use it with other panels.
Okay, so now we are done with the question and answer aspect for the solar panel. I would like to inform all our participants that we currently have a promo. It's called the Black Friday promo. This promo is for all our Exantra Advanced inverters from 1.5 kVA, 2.5 kVA, and 3.5 kVA. We're currently selling them at a 50% discount price. So if anyone is interested, you can just drop your email address, what capacity of inverter or whatever product you want us to send you a quotation, and our salesperson will be taking notes and would send you an email after this webinar. This is our contact details. You can contact us on any of the number displayed on the screen. We have offices in Ikeja, which is our main office, 41B Olutoye Crescent on Adeniyi Jones, and we have a branch office at kilometer 39 Lekki Ekpe Expressway. I would introduce Engineer Anthony right now to speak to us regarding the partnership. If you want to be a dealer, if you want to be a reseller of PSC Solar UK product, you can just listen to Engineer Anthony while he puts us through the required process.
Hello, can you hear me? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mr. Anthony. We can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. So briefly, like we all know, PSC Solar is Africa's largest electricity dealer or supplier, and direct German engineered solar products. Of course, everything is available on our e-commerce portal, which is pscsolaruk.com. Only to the procedure for registration as a dealer with the company, we invite individual dealers, solar engineers, solar installers, and individuals that are interested, of course, in making extra money, of course. And looking at the fact that solar is about to become the talk of the town in terms of cheaper, reliable, and alternative power supply for people. So we're looking at how to encourage individuals to partake in this opportunity to be able to, of course, make money, increase or reduce carbon footprint in the environment, as well as help homeowners and business owners to also reduce the electricity bill. As a very big company in Africa, there are few or certain criteria that we're looking at for individuals or for dealers who might be interested in joining in. Your company must be duly registered to carry out business in Nigeria or in sub-Saharan African countries, Ghana, Benin, whichever. And also, after this meeting, you can notify us in writing of your rightly displayed, was rightly displayed on the screen earlier, and we'll still display it again before we move on. And from there, we'll get a form which you're going to fill and with the necessary details. And to become a dealer, our pricing definitely, the initial order must exceed 2 million naira. That's one-time order at regular prices, must exceed 2 million naira. And with this alone, you'll be qualified to get 2.5 discount on all our items, on all our solar products, solar panels, inverters, charge controllers, whichever solar product you might wish to get, except the batteries. So you get 2.5 discount on all these products except the batteries. But for the batteries alone, you get 1.5% discount. And for any repair order that you might have, any form of repairs that you may bring back to the company, there'll be a 50% discount. That's the whole 50% slash on all repair orders. And our dealers, there is, let me call it a community. So you get first-hand information on all our new and German engineered products or any improved product. For example, this the Solar Streetlights, which happens to be a very new product, Solar Streetlight with 4G CCTV cameras. So not just any camera, it's a new product. So you be the first to get to know about it in Nigeria, in Africa, and we'll walk you through all the processes. And in the community, you also be active in the community, which we have for all our dealers to for business information, for business transactions, for increasing your network, and of course, your net worth as well. So this amounts to everything that a dealer stands to enjoy with PSC Solar. So the very first step, if anyone is interested, is to notify us in writing via email, info@pscsolaruk.com. It will be displayed on the screen as well. So you notify us in writing, and from there, we'll continue with the rest of the processes. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you everyone for your time. We have come to the end of today's webinar. As I already said, if you're interested in 50% discount on our inverters, and if you're interested to be a dealer, you can send us an email to info@pscsolaruk.com. You can also just drop a message to us now on the chat functionality, and our sales manager would pick up your emails and send you the required request. All you just need to do is specify on what exactly you want. If you want to be a dealer, you write dealership. If you want the discount promo on the inverters, you just state inverters and we'll send to you the required one. Also, we'll be sending the presentation enlightenment slide, which contains the step-by-step process to take to install or set up your CCTV camera, solar street lights, and also to properly educate you more on the solar panel. Okay, everyone, thank you for participating and do enjoy the rest of your day. We've come to the end of today's webinar. We will be sharing more information regarding our next webinar by email to everyone who participated today. We really appreciated you taking out your time to be here with us today. Do enjoy the rest of your day and thank you.